Alright, well, I guess for me wanting to do something different, complicate my whole setup. But I got it to work. So we're back. We're ready to play out some Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, because that Yakuza Festival is live now, but I figured I'm going to do something a little different. Instead of playing it on my actual computer where we just played Sonic Rumble, which I could started doing the Sonic Rumble section from the Steam Deck itself, but I heard that game had some weird things going on for the PC side, and I'm glad I did not use the Steam Deck for that. It would have been dumb. So, instead, I wanted to swap over just to show how well optimized a UE5 engine game really is by playing this on very bare bones hardware. Because as much as I love the Steam Deck, it is very bare bones compared to a full-fledged gaming PC that has a dedicated graphics card and everything. And this runs beautifully on the Steam Deck. No problems at all. How many UE5 games can you say that run on literally anything? I saw someone get this to run on an Atari VCS. For comparison's sake, that's a computer that was based off around the Atari generation of game systems from like the 2600 to 7800 in style only, because it was just a computer. It had the graphical horsepower and the compute power of a Wii U. 2012 hardware. And that ran Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. I admit it. Not great, but it ran it. So this game can run on pretty much anything. That's why if people ask me which version to pick up, I just tell them to get the PC version. If you don't really have a preference on a specific system, because it runs on pretty much anything. You can customize it to your heart's content. It'll probably go on sale more often because of the digital front. I mean, you might get a physical sale for cheaper on the consoles. But the mods are a big reason why a lot of people like playing Sonic games specifically on the PC. And I'm no stranger to that. I'm not playing with mods on this though, because there's really no mods really yet for this. This is, I think, defaulting to the crap graphics though, because I've already noticed this game looked a little chunky going in. Probably because of it being hooked up to a different screen. Oh yeah, it's a little chunk. So, for whatever reason, this game defaults to very weird settings on the Steam Deck. Because it's on its lowest preset, which it doesn't need to be, actually. It's just doing that because. Yep, that's on low, I can tell. Oh, man. A challenger from across world has arrived. Ichiban Kasuga. I couldn't read it in time. Okay, there you go. Ichiban Kasuga. Or Kasuga. I never played Yakuza. I'm going to preference that right now. And he's Japanese. And I'm not good with Japanese. So. Yakuza man is what I've been calling him up to the lead up. Now I'll just call him Ichiban. And I get his Dragon Brave machine. Got some songs from Yakuza. And that's it. Oh yeah, this game's gonna look like garbage for a minute. So I can get to the menu. So, this is what you look at when you first boot. It's time for some Dotapon news. Now in glorious 240p. Congrats. A new festival. Let's go ahead and Yakuza it up. I don't know what a Yakuza is. It's the mob, right? Oh god, they're gonna break my kneecaps. Alright, I'm out. I love, like, the polar opposite. Look how clean that menu looks. Look at how good Ichiban looks right in that shot. Chunk. Just boom. Hits you hard. I'm immediately going to the extras menu and fixing this, because it's defaulting on, like, the lowest preset. And I don't know why. Also, this game defaults on steering assist, and I hate that. It's the same problem I have with Mario Kart. Both 8 Deluxe and World. Turn that crap off. Alright, so I'm going to put this to the high preset, and the only thing I need to change is anti-aliasing. I take this from TSR to TAA. One setting change. That's all you need. Oh, and take off blur, because don't need blur. Save. Cool. Before I go any further, hang on, I do need to turn off something, because I think by 10 o'clock it's going to turn on, and I don't want that. It's going to look ugly. I'm killing my schedule night mode, because that's going to make the screen orange. We don't need that. Not when I'm playing on an actual display. Yeah, I figure I'm gonna just demo this on the Steam Deck because of just how well it runs on this hardware specifically, just to show people how well optimized this UE5 game is. It is very impressive. I have this set to the default output, so it's going to be, if I go into the full screen, give it a second, it's gonna play chunk mode. It defaults to 1280 by 720. That's the highest the Steam Deck is gonna go. Technically 1280 by 800, but I'm not playing on a 16 by 10 display, so there's no reason for that. And I'll give you one extra. I'll have the overlay on for erase so you can actually see. But let me go to not customize machine. I want to go to pick character because I want to just start off with Yakuza himself. Ichiban. Oh my god, he looks so goofy on the actual extreme gear. It actually kind of fits though. So what was that? Was that a power vehicle? Yeah, there you go. Meep, meep. Let's go. Yeah, they've been changing the name of the Yakuza series as of late. I mean, now it's the Like a Dragon stuff, which I think it's probably a better name because Yakuza literally just is the Japanese word for mob. So I think it's probably better they changed that the name from mob. That is good call. I own a few Yakuza games myself. I hear a lot of people say you start with Yakuza 0. And then also a lot of people say don't start with Yakuza 0 because everyone does that. And apparently it's not the best starting game. Because it's very different from the rest. But it's like, I think it's supposed to be the first one you play canonically. So it's one of those. It's like you play Metal Gear Solid 3 for your first Metal Gear game for the story, but don't actually start with that one. Play Metal Gear Solid 1 instead. It's like, it's one of those, huh? I'll just play what I want. I'll start with 5. Why not? I'll be weird. Jump in the middle of the series, go backwards. It won't matter to me. The thing I just hear about these games specifically is that they're long. Like, each game is like 60 plus hours on average. So they're not games that you're just gonna sit down and beat in a weekend. Like, these are commitments, but they're really solid story-based adventure-style games. Like, I hear a lot of praise of the story in general of Yakuza, so I've had interest over the years. And now that I have this little handheld gaming machine of mine, like, I've been playing a lot more PC stuff in general. Just kind of working through my backlog, because that's been a thing I've been needing to do. So that might be in the backlog, like, to play soon. I don't know how well that would work, though, in that kind of environment, because I might want to really focus on the story. Well, that's the case, then I can dock it up like I'm doing now. It's actually kind of nice, though, just how you can dock this up, and it doesn't look that bad on, like, a higher display. It wasn't working that well with my capture card here. That's why it was taking me a minute to get the stream back up and running after swapping from Sonic Rumble. But it was just because of the resolution was set weird. My monitor didn't like it. It was a little too high. This is the first time I've had that happen. What do collisions mean? I wasn't even paying attention to how that worked for gear set. Is it just tap boosts? It is. It's a different name for tap boosts. Yeah, okay. At least what's nice is tap boost only works when you hit your teammates, but collision works when you hit anybody. It's not just your team. So that's actually a better version of tap boosts. Okay, I guess I'm stuck on the cactus now. I'm gonna hold these wisps. I really wish I had more rings, because I have nothing. So I'm not gonna get that much speed out of this. And I can just get rammed by a monster truck. Yeah, that's about right. use it here. I want to hold this laser, though, for a second. I want to see what else I can get. And then I can use it here around the corner. Having just a fist, though, is not going to be that helpful. It's a little bit of protection, though. But I can also screw the guy in first. Okay, something just disconnected. What was that? Is that my TV? Oh, it was. That's another reason why I was having a weird connection setup in the beginning. My TV wanted to take over my computer. That's fun. Really? We got 4th through 7th? We're gonna need that collision boost. I like the music, though, for the victory. Again, I haven't played Yakuza, so this is music from that specific game. I don't recognize it, because it's, like I said, a game I haven't already played. But it is the thing I had interest in for a while. Need to play Metal Gear first. I mean, I gotta play the next one in that series at some point, because I've still only played the first Metal Gear Solid. I was just holding off until I probably picked up the Metal Gear collection on PC, because I heard that collection was kind of crap on the consoles, but people fix it now on PC, so I'll just probably end up playing it that way. Probably a better way of handling it. Because hooking out the PS3 for that is just kind of a nightmare. That's the only real issue I have nowadays, is I have to run it through a splitter just to get it to work on my TVs. It's just so messy because of that stupid HDCP crap. Alright, let me see what this gadget is. So we get collision, you collide to get boost, you got a power tuner, and comeback kit. So increases the max number of rings held to 110, and it grants 2 items on lap 3. I didn't notice that. But with all the chaos happening on that previous race, that's probably why. Yeah, I'll go with Crystal Mine. I don't hate all these tracks, but I'm indifferent on these 3 specifically. One thing I can probably do, because this does look a little... I didn't want to do that. There we go. I didn't realize I still have disabled frame mode off of that. That's kind of worthless. I want to go into here. I'm going to bump that to sharp. Because now I'm using FSR. So this is AMD's upscaling technology that is just natively built into the Steam Deck with its latest version. Although they kind of changed it from what I understand this past year. Not even like just like a few months ago, one of the later updates. So the wording kind of changed. It's not FSR anymore, it's just sharp. I had to look up what that meant because that's the most confusing, huh? It's upscaling. Alright. That's not what sharp means, but I guess that's what they want to make it mean. It does clean up the image a bit, to be fair, if you're playing like the lower resolution on a higher resolution screen. Like now this just does look a lot cleaner. But I think maybe the default 5 could be a little aggressive. I'm noticing it's a little over sharpened in some areas, but hey, you know, it's kind of what do you expect for upscaling. This is what I like using the upscaling stuff for, not what the industry wants you to use it for. Oh, crutch. Hey, I just noticed this whole time. Game has been a rock solid 60, has not really dipped at all. You might find like a few frames here and there go under. Like at most, I've seen this drop down to maybe the mid-50s. That's nothing. You only really feel that when you're going in a transition, and honestly, you can fix that even more by just playing this game at render scale 75, and then you can keep everything at high. I did that for the first 2 weeks of playing this game on Steam Deck, and it didn't really look that different on the handheld screen. I couldn't notice that it was a lower res. I'm just legit shocked that this is the only Unreal Engine 5 game I can think of that doesn't run like absolute crap. Because every other Unreal Engine game this generation has been horrible. on optimization. I heard that there was some recent update that might fix that, because there was some like weird bug, I guess, that was fixed up, but I don't know. I need to see it to believe it. Because it's half the engine being crap and half developers not really getting a chance to optimize games before they're told to ship them. Oh, that didn't count? Alright. I'm gonna use this here because of that drill. That was a terrible spot to drop me, though. It's the middle of a turn. Yeah, I'm gonna get like maybe 7th. That wasn't that great of a race at the end. Now I thought it was good, but I don't think it was. That was kind of mid. Yeah, 7th. I think that's enough of me playing with the car, though. I think I'd still want to play with this Yakuza man. I gotta keep on forgetting his name. I gotta look over my notes. Ichiban. There you go. I'm just gonna keep on reading the notes. I'll still play with Ichiban. I'm just gonna go back to my extreme gear instead. Because I don't really care for the power cars too much. They're just a little hard to navigate for just turning. Their handling's not great. Alright, let's get off of this stupid thing. No, I keep on going to customize machine when I just need to go to change character. Alright, that should be good. Now I can assert dominance. You thought Miku standing on one of these boards looked weird? Hello. Mr. Yakuza over here. Mr. Yakuza himself. Majima, I know, is the newest one, though. Like, that guy is introduced, I think, in the latest game. Might want to leave this on sharp. Because the difference on all these is linear is just taking the raw image and just outputting it as it is. So, 720. That's all it is. Not doing anything fancy. Pixel is updating the game, I think, by nearest neighbor, so it's good for, like, sprite-based games. I wouldn't use it for anything 3D. And then Sharp is the upscaling, so it's actually pushing the game up to whatever res you're outputting. I think I might leave it there. I'm just gonna probably turn it down, maybe to 3, because I think 5's a little aggressive at this angle. That looks a little bit better. Because 5 seemed to be too much, but 3 kind of feels like that healthy amount of sharpness. Like, you want to add some sharpness on a thing, but it's like taking your TV sharpness, crank it to 100, then you wonder why everything looks terrible. Just take it down a notch or two. Is Majima in every game? I know, like the model they're showing here is the most recent game because of the eye patch. That's based off the Pirate one. Which I heard that game, when it first launched, it did something really stupid. It put its New Game Plus behind downloadable content for some reason, but from what I hear, they rolled that back, so it should just be a thing where you can just play New Game Plus in the base game now, which is how it should have been to begin with. This is during the era where Sega is getting really egregious with their DLC and pretty much everything. Like, it's not just Sonic that gets the weird DLC treatment. Yakuza's also got some dirty DLC practices too. It's just not as noticeable because it's a single-player game that's more story-focused, so people don't pay attention to it much. Is that Hawaii or something? Okay. Yeah, I need to play the games to really like know all the characters. I know like the one they had in the middle. Oh crap! I know the one they have in the middle of the team rotation here. I've seen him in plenty of memes. we'll see his name when we actually beat this, because I can just look at the name of the team. He's Team Mid. I'm getting so many monster trucks right now. That's the second monster truck. Let me hold it for a minute. This is a bad spot to use it. This is probably the spot to use it. That drill in first? Man, that really was a good item smuggle. Need more rings. Thankfully I can get 10 extra so I can get hit. It's not a big deal. How'd I miss that? Oh, that's the whole reason why I use my item. I'll need to get an item up ahead. At least a single, but ideally the double box. Single it is. Just a single wisp. That's not gonna help. Especially when I get ran over. Yeah, that's like a 9th, maybe 10th. I don't know where anyone else was, so it didn't look good. Ow. Yeah, now the announcer agrees with me. Not good. 11th. Oh, really bad. My team kind of placed everywhere, so I don't know if we win it or Kiryu wins it. And that's the guy I was thinking of. I've seen him on plenty of things. Then we're fine. It's a tie between two of us, so we win. All right, that was close. Sure. Talk about cutting it close for really no good reason. Hey, hello, happy. You can really tell it's a happy sticker because of the face. Yeah, I get the joke. All right, you guys got enough with the information here. I'm gonna turn off that overlay because we don't need it on for the whole game. I just wanted to have that on just for this specific set of races in the beginning, just to kind of show a point of how well this device, because again, the Steam Deck nowadays is getting close to 4 years old in terms of its raw hardware. And it's running this brand new game with no issues. I just turned down one setting, that's it. Didn't even have to do anything else crazy. Now, three characters from the Yakuza series. Kiryu, yeah, and that's how I know him too. He's the main protagonist in most games, and we're on his team now, so he's a character you see a lot in the earlier titles. That's why I know of him, because of all the memes. Ichiban, the newest main protag. Majima, who's Kiryu's buddy. So I'm guessing Miirama was a character that's been in the older games for quite some time now, but it does feel like this specific design, like that's the one we just got for the newest game. So he's been around for a bit, just the design's a little newer, that's all. Yeah, that's another thing. I was going to bring that up during this section because that makes more sense to bring it up again. The Switch 2 edition got announced today for this game with its release date. Now we finally have an idea when it's coming out. The Switch 2 version for Sonic Racing CrossWorld is December 4th, so it's only a month away. Because I know some people in this community were waiting on that specific version probably before they were going to get the game, because I know some people were just wanting to get it on the Switch, or Switch 2 specifically for the upgrade. I'm glad at least that game is getting an upgrade, because that's the only Sega game I can think of right now that got one. Every other game is like... Oh wait, you were expecting actually an upgrade? Nah, we're not doing that. Which I don't know why. It's so dumb, no other Sega game of any kind that's on Switch 2 got a Switch 1 upgrade to Switch 2. But Sonic Racing did somehow. It's a miracle that Sonic Racing got one. I'd just be excited for more of my mutuals to like pick this up, because I would definitely love to play with friends in this at some point. And the sale season's around the corner. It's probably going to go on sale. I wouldn't be surprised during Black Friday rush. Even if it is made for like 10, 20 bucks off, that's still something. Because honestly, I tried playing some more Mario Kart World last night, and I was getting a full lobby, but the reason why is because I was playing at 4 in the morning because I couldn't sleep. That's what you do when you can't sleep. You're just kind of like, screw it at this point. You kind of just do whatever. And that was one of the things I was just doing. Trying to lull myself to sleep, which is like a game, like Mario Kart. And I'll say, like, I'm enjoying the game. I'm just getting a little burnt out on it, if that makes sense, because I'm not as big of a fan of the 24 players as I was when it first came out. I'm just thinking it's getting too chaotic every time I play it now. And I'm just liking the better balance of just playing with 12 people in Sonic Racing at the moment. It's a little bit harder to play Mario Kart World without getting bigger lobbies in general. So you're usually going past 12 players. On online worldwides, you might go lower than 12 because of how that worldwide situation still is a mess. But if you're playing in like custom lobbies, it's usually full. So that's a little too much at times, and that's like, I like 12 player. And I can guarantee a 12 player game in a game that only supports 12 racers. It's not to say it's bad. I really do like Mario Kart World. I think it has a lot of problems that they're still addressing. But it's still a solid time. I think I just found more enjoyment out of racing CrossWorlds, because I think it just scratched that itch that Mario Kart was just kind of not really fulfilling due to its more open world nature. Because this is just more arcadey, pick up and just play real quick kind of game. And that's what I was looking for in Mario Kart. Not driving on the highway simulator. That was the part I just don't care for. Like most people. Guess I'm not going to regret this. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. I think I got first. Because that Sonic was close, but I think I edged them out at the very last second. Please tell me that's true. Let's go. It's going to be close, though, because we do need those collisions. If Majima gets it, then we still win, so it just don't give it to Kasuga. Good. Good. Yeah, CrossWorld also has arcadey-type sound effects. Yeah, I mean, it feels more arcadey, too, just because of its, like, yeah, overall design choices, too. Like, I do think this game, it doesn't have as much to do as Mario Kart World, but it does feel like the stuff it does have for you to do, it's more concise instead of just drive everywhere and find a mission. So it does feel a lot more like pick up and play compared to Mario Kart World for some people. Because I've heard some people say the single player in this is just leagues better than Mario Kart World. That's subjective. I think some people are going to agree to disagree on that one. It just depends on what kind of structure you like more, the open world style or just the standard like race formula that this kind of game has that's more in line with the traditional Mario Kart stuff from years ago. I don't mind like an intermission race every once in a while in Mario Kart. It's just when I do 10 of them in a row, then I'm starting to get bored. It's not very fun. You jump in a worldwide, the first thing you see when you do one of those kind of races, besides everyone trying to pick a lap type course because no one wants to play it. But if one does get picked, the first thing you always see, at first item set that comes up, half of the lobby breaks in front of it. You know what they're doing. Everyone's trying to go for double boxes because at that point, the strategy is just grab an item, chill in the back, hold something powerful for lap 3, push into front with powerful stuff and win. That is literally the strategy, and every intermission plays the same. So every intermission, you see everyone do the same stuff all the time. So it's now to a point where those are extremely formulaic, which doesn't help, because they're already boring based on their normal driving habits. You think that Mario Kart 8 has CrossWorlds beat, but then again, it's hard to compete against 8. Yeah. 8 Deluxe is still probably my favorite kart racing game as a whole, just because of its amount of content in general, and it's just a solid racer. Because when you didn't count Mario Kart, my favorite kart racer was Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing Transformed. Because Mario Kart's like in its own water league. There's a reason why everyone else tries to compete, but nobody ever gets to the same level. Mario Kart just always seems to do it better, but this latest entry is the one time where they're not really having that same appeal to a lot of players. So, when you still don't count Mario Kart, this might be my favorite non-Mario Kart kart racer now. Because I liked ASRT. It's still great. I do think this game is an upgrade compared to ASRT in a lot of ways. It has the same transforming mechanic, but the races feel a lot more dynamic. The item balance feels better. The mechanics feel a lot tighter too. I will say the single player was better though, in both standard All-Star Racing and All-Star Racing Transformed. Maybe even to a degree Team Sonic Racing, but I think that's just because of the amount of stuff you can do is being more varied, but it doesn't make it better. Because this, you have mainly the Grand Prix stuff, and then the, I always want to call it festival, that's what we're doing now, it's the online thing. What's the park, whatever the park's called in this. That is a different way of playing races, because you can do all, like, the custom stuff. I'm really far behind. I definitely gotta get something good here. Can we get some collisions, please? I need to catch up. I mean, I got drill. That's gonna help. I need to grab an item back here. Now I'm just, at this point, I'm gonna stay this far back. I might as well take advantage of it and start bagging. That is still a powerful strategy in this game, just like in Mario Kart. Yeah, go away, go away, go away. Now I do have the Boom Boo, so I can hold that until I get near the end of the race. But I do want to get either another drill, laser, or a wisp for that final turn. I don't know how long I'm gonna hold this. I probably want to use this stuff after this turn? Yeah, I need to use it soon. This will take this whole turn. Just drop me right in front of the items. Grab this one. Boom boo. Perfect, that's what I need for the final turn. Oh, but I fell though. Let's burn it. Get the double. I'm so far back. Monster truck, perfect. That's enough for the turn. And I think that just got me second place. See how powerful bagging can be? That last turn is the most important part of this entire race. If you don't make that shortcut, yeah, I got third from that. If you don't make that shortcut, you lose like 6 spots. So, yeah, that's the classic Mario Kart moment where you finish with a mushroom and then jump ahead in half of the pack. Not enough on the collisions, though, so, got second overall, but that's fine. Because the nice thing now with the festivals is they have been fixing up the point distribution by a lot. If you get first place, I believe you get 36 points, second place is 33, and third place is 30. So it doesn't take nearly as long now to actually get the unlocks. In the past, you would get like half of the amount of points if you got third place. So if you weren't constantly getting first, because first place got 30 points in the previous set of festivals. They changed it starting with the Joker Festival last month. So now it's really just a 6-point difference between third place all the way up to first. It doesn't matter now what your team places. So it doesn't take terribly long anymore to actually get all the unlocks, which is nice, because in the past, it was a little too grindy. And now they're starting to offer more tickets after you complete the entire pass for the festival, because it's up to 1,000 points, and you get all the rewards and you're done. Then every 100 points, you get some tickets. And now it seems to be like 100 tickets each time. I don't know what this one is. Maybe it's more. They keep on upping it every festival, so maybe they did it again. We'll see. Okay, now we're going back to our standard plates. Sick. Which one am I using? Am I using... Yeah, I'm using Air Trick.
Hi.
That's the one I want to stick on. Also, let me see. That was the one we had before, right? Yeah, that was when we were using the collision boost. So, that was the comeback hit we were seeing. Which I didn't really even see how it functioned much. It's kind of a there item, honestly. The ring bonus was nice, but I never saw anything about the power-ups going to lap 3. Now we're back into like normal rule set for now. I'm probably also change my character too, because I definitely want to take advantage of using my normal plate, so it might be the last game for Yakuza himself for a bit. I wonder when the SpongeBob stuff's coming out, because that should be the next thing at DLC. That's also slated for November, so if I had to bet, probably near the middle of the month. So I wouldn't say next week, but maybe the week after, if not the week after that, at the latest. But I have a feeling it's probably going to be in the middle of the month, specifically. So it's going to be right before Thanksgiving. Tap me! Tap me! Give me! Come here! Come on! You gotta love when your teammates don't do objective. Nope, not making that. Okay, I'm gonna have to burn this now. I went from 1st to 8th because I missed one jump. A big oof. How can I not get the item capsule? Well, it's gonna be a little dangerous. I'll survive. I'll just stick over here to the left. Tap me. We need more taps. Tap me again. Keep on tapping. There we go. Get that out of here. I'm gonna get my... Ah, crap. Maybe I could have used the Dark Opal Chow item. It really would have depended. And then always expect wait. Give me something good. Okay, I can use the Opal Chow. Use it now. Are you serious? We were at the end. Come on, who disconnected? Oh, I hate how this game, for whatever reason, uses peer-to-peer because of moments like that. Literal finish line. And one player disconnects as the whole room's self-destructing. Well, festival's over. Go home, everybody. Yakuza's canceled. No more Yakuza. You'll be missed. Oh, hey, Mr. Yakuza back. It's the same feeling when you get a calm air in Splatoon for a Splatfest, and then you just see the random, like, it's sunny back outside. There's nothing going on. There's no Splatfest event. And then you go in the lobby, it becomes night again. Kind of the same energy. Really, it's like kind of the same setup, I feel, as Splatoon, because sometimes you get that harsh disconnect that just flat out kicks you straight back to like Splatsville or something. So it's kind of like the same energy. I just don't know what happened there. Someone disconnected at the literal finish line, and I hate that. But thankfully, it doesn't really count towards a penalty. This game does have a penalty system if you rage quit, or if you do have like connection issues and you keep on disconnecting, they will penalize you for that. But it's like a very, very small amount. I was playing on my Steam Deck and it died right at the end of a match. I thought I can get through it on like the last bit of juice. So I was going to plug it in right as I crossed the finish line. That did not happen. So I was penalized for that. So I went from 100 points to 97. And then I got those points back for like 3 races. So it really didn't matter. And it's after a certain point you lose a lot of points. I don't know how much, like what's the threshold. I would think once you go past 80 points, that's when they start flagging you saying, you might be a problem. We might make you wait for a minute. But I haven't seen that at all. This game is very generous on disconnects. The punishment system really does not feel like a punishment at all. So it's a non-issue. Unlike, say, like a Nintendo game when you get disconnected and you get the punishment, where it's like, sit there and think of what you've done for 10 minutes. And it's like, I didn't do anything. My internet hiccuped, so it's not my fault. But now I guess I stare at a wall for 10 minutes. It's not like that at all. Not even close. Thank God. Nintendo's the only one that's really bad about the disconnect crap. Tap me. Good timing. So I want someone to tap. I'm just gonna take the shortcut. Something tells me I'm not staying in first forever, so I'm gonna try to front run it for now.
Random track.
That's it. Every time I do these festivals, I keep on getting Sweet Mountain as one of the CrossWorlds. This happens a lot for some reason. These are random, and I keep on always seeing Sweet Mountain. Not to say I don't like Sweet Mountain. I'm just kind of confused why I see it as often as I do. I'm holding this. Monster Truck in first is fantastic. I don't want to use it. This is a great equalizer. This gets me out of a very dangerous situation very, very fast. So many rings, though. Surprised I didn't get hit by the crab. I know what I'm doing with this. See ya. Taking an alternate path. And if I hold this wisp, stay away. Okay, we're good. Okay, well that, I don't know who, I think it was Charmy? Someone passed me there at the last second because they had their team boost. Other than that, I think I'm fine, so I should be third. Yeah, that's third. All right, that's fine. The rest of my team didn't do that great, though, so... Yeah, the highest we can do is second now. That's not great. And third place it is. I love how sometimes these festival races just boil down to a Mario Party minigame. Because you might win the race, the rest of your team loses it. That's it, you're done. And then you're right in the middle, it's like... Nobody really wins on skill, but you slapped cars enough, so therefore you win. I think I want to turn down the sharpness a little bit more. Like, what are these scales? Sharpness 0 is not really 0. If I do 2, I think that should be like in the middle. Right? But now it looks kind of blurry over there, so maybe 3 was the sweet spot. It's kind of weird, because to me, I just leave it on 5 if I'm playing on the 4K display, but on 1080, it's a little different. You don't need as much sharpness for 720 and 1080p.
Hello.
Yeah, we'll go with that one. Hey, no, hey, no.
Hello.
Oh, no. Oh, no. We got the menu on the menu thing. Oh, okay.
Ta-ta.
I'm just gonna let it fix itself, because the thing is, you hit the 3 dots on the Steam Deck, that's how you pull up the quick menu. On Xbox controller, you gotta hold down the guide button and A. Because guide button by itself opens the main menu. Guide and A opens the quick menu, which is where I'm actually getting to go to mess with stuff. And, might be a problem, because that locks my control when the menu's glitched like this. So this is going to be an interesting start for the race. I had something similar happen while playing this game, funny enough, and it did fix itself after a minute. I'm just going to be hands off. This might be where I get one of those penalties. It's fine if it happens, because it's out of my control. I will say, this is a great handheld device. It's not without its own fair share of jank, but all these gaming handhelds seem to have jank. Oh, there it goes. Bye, my friends. I'll see you around. It should kick me here in a minute if I'm idled. I shouldn't be stuck like this forever because I can't move. Yeah, it does disconnect because of inactivity. Same thing as Mario Kart. So I know the fix for this. Dumb, I have to do it. Just gotta do a hard reboot. So now you'll see what the penalty looks like. And as I described before, it was very minor, so it's gonna be nothing. I'll only lose like 3 points for that, which is fine. I don't really care. This is already starting to turn back on because my controller already connected. That's how fast this thing's booting. It won't take that long to get back in the game. There we go. All right, let me turn back on the controller. Wakey, wakey. Come on. There we go. Just get away. I like how it was paired when the thing was still waking up from its power on state, and now it's like, I don't feel like it. Let me just see something. Yeah, I'll explain a lot. I don't know why the Bluetooth turned off when it was on earlier, and it was on during the reboot. That makes no sense. Although, because I had to reboot the thing, I'm gonna just see something for my own sake. I just want to see if my splitter's doing its job on the scaling or not. That is a no. Yeah, I got no signal. Alright, so that's weird. I don't know why. I was working the other day, so I don't know why it's just giving up now. It's really odd. Oh well. 1080p it is. Oh my god, Ethan. A 4.3 gig patch for Tails on Switch? How will Matt ever be able to fit that on the Switch system? How will we ever fit one of those 4 gig patches? Because I know you put one of your many 1 terabytes in your Switch, Matt. At least I hope you did. Because I think you were talking about that yourself. You probably benefit the most for doing that on Switch. I gotta figure out what to do with the rest of those. Huge shoutouts to both Matt and Amber here for sending 5 1 terabytes of SD card storage this way. My Steam Deck has one of them in it. My Switch OLED has another. And even then, I was hesitant to put the 1 terabyte in the Switch OLED. Because that just kind of feels like overkill. And it is, because I'm using 300 gigs. So it is very much overkill. I could just put in a 400 again. Oh no, my fair play points are be reduced now. Oh my, that's so much. How am I gonna live? I can't do this. My fair play score. It's ruined by 5 points. Not that big a deal. It's 5, as it wasn't 3. I think I was remembering it's 3 points to gain back every race you did participate. It's not a big deal. A couple penalties stacked on top of each other. Yeah, then you're gonna start having problems. This is literally nothing. It's like getting slapped with a piece of paper. You're gonna feel no pain. So I don't care. It's a physical version of your own. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like most of the data's on the cartridge, but it sounds like a lot of it also wasn't for whatever reason. Who knows if that was because of manufacturing timelines or just maybe they ran out of space. Who knows? I don't really know what happened with that one. I'm just wondering, though, I know it had to be rebuilt because they lost the original source code. But I just wonder why the game on Switch 1 specifically only runs at 30 frames per second, but the PlayStation 3 version ran at 60. That to me still just kind of feels weird, but it just has to be something to do with how they had to rewrite code for the port job. Because that's the same thing that happened with like Tales of Symphonia. When they lost that code, they used the PlayStation 2 version as a base, because that's the code they actually had. So it's like, maybe not the best one to have used for that, but also you had nothing else. I get it. You use what you got. It's whatever. I think there's a mod to uncap the frame rate if you're playing on PC, so it kind of fixes it. Or you just, I guess, emulate the GameCube version if you're really bothered. I'm gonna leave it on 3. 2's a little too soft for me. At least at this distance. PC2's also incomplete. Yeah, that's the weird thing for them having to use that version as the base for Symphonia's remake, because it wasn't as complete as the GameCube one. So that's just a really unfortunate situation. I kind of would almost wish they would have went back and just rebuilt it at that point for a remake. Kind of like what Square Enix had to do with Kingdom Hearts, since they had the exact same issue, but they were able to make Kingdom Hearts better with the HD port. It ran better, it had all the exclusive content from the Japanese exclusive Final Mix version, so there was really no downsides to playing the HD counterpart compared to the original PS2 one. In fact, it was more recommended. And then the PS4 version onwards comes out, and it's like, just literally play any of those. PS4 onwards runs in 60 frames and has like no loading. Yeah, it looks so clean. I hear the game looks really nice on like a 4K display if you're playing on like PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, and up. That's neat. I could probably run it 4K on a PC. It's a PS2 game after all. Shouldn't be terribly hard to run. I guess technically PS3 game. It's based off of PS3's Final Mix. It is fully compatible with Steam Deck, and I do have it on Epic Games, unfortunately, instead. I got it on that platform, and then a year later it came out on Steam. Like, man. And now with a Steam Deck, I'd rather have most of my games through the Steam side of things because of just compatibility. Installing non-Steam games on the Steam Deck is not super difficult, but it depends on the launcher. Epic and GOG games are pretty much figured out. Even Amazon games are figured out at this point, because you just use the Hero Launcher. So the third-party launcher works with all of those three. Pretty good, actually. Don't get me started on the rest. I'm not going to bother at that point. Ubisoft stuff, EA stuff through their own app, Blizzard stuff. It's like, I'll stick to Windows for those ones, because that sounds more clunky, and I'm just not really wanting to deal with that for, like, maybe a game or two. Like, the most I want is Rayman Origins and Legends on my Steam Deck, so at that point, I have to go through the Ubisoft launchers for that, which is kind of a pain. I might just double dip and get them on PC, on Steam specifically in the future just for that, because that would just be easier than running off of the Ubisoft client. Some of the hassles you deal with as a PC gamer. No, you know, Kingdom Hearts game yet so far. I would say if you're gonna play any of them, you do start at the very beginning. The Kingdom Hearts, I hate their names, so give me a minute for the run-on sentence. Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 Final Mix. Essentially just the Kingdom Hearts 1-2 collection that also have the extra spin-offs that came out at the time. That collection is the best place to start. You can usually see it go on sale pretty frequently, and it has so many of the games in the franchise that are most recommended. I hear it debated if you start between Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2. I think it just depends. If you want to start with the raw story, if you just want to start with the better gameplay, it depends on the person. I just say start with the first game if you want to keep the story going. Because those HD collections are solid. They're really good. I remember playing it on the PS4 Pro when I got my copy for a double discount, because that was the only Amazon Prime Day sale that was actually good, because they screwed it up. Still remember that. One of my favorite things about 2018. It's great. Yeah, I would recommend mainly Kingdom Hearts 1 to start with, and then probably going from there. I don't know if I would say you'd want to jump right into the next game that came after it, which was Chain of Memories, or Rechain, because you play the PS2 version instead, which is in that collection. Because from what I hear, like, the story is significant enough, but also it's Kingdom Hearts. You're gonna get lost after like the first few hours in the first game, so most people aren't playing for story. So it doesn't matter. I still need to just play Rechain just to see the story myself. It's one of those rooms. Everyone's going crazy on their horns and their expressions. Oh, the closest you game to getting the games yourself, Ethan, was the Melody of Memory. I was like this close at one point thinking of maybe picking it up myself just to get that stupid crap in Smash Ultimate. Because they locked, what was it, like some songs behind the game? You needed to have Melody of Memory on the Switch, and you needed to have the save file on your actual system, and then songs unlocked in Smash. It was a weird DRM. That was like, I was this close, maybe just to picking it up if I ever saw it on a sale, just for that. I just haven't bothered. And if you want to hear, yes, you need to play that, because apparently the rhythm game is canon, because of course it is. That's the main problem people have with that series. Every game is canon, which is extremely confusing. That's what I hear too a lot, Ethan. Rechain, mainly, like, for story-wise, is kind of a retread of the first game, but with some new content with that memory storyline. So that's why I hear, like, some people say, you might want to play that first before you go to 2, or you can skip it, go to 2, you're not missing much. I think it just kind of depends if you're going to click with the gameplay or not. Because some people do, some people don't, because of the card-based system, which is fair. It doesn't play anything like the other games in the franchise. Oh, we got the drift one. Cool. I didn't know there was a path down there. It's dangerous to go down there, though, so I'm not going to do that. I want to hold this for a while, because this is a really good item to have, and it just kind of feels like a waste to use the drill now. Especially when we have the level 4 drift available with this frenzy. That will give us a lot of speed, even if we just do level 3s out of it. Do level 4 into here. And now I'm going to go a little bit off-road and drill. This should take me around the whole turn, I hope? No, it dropped me in the worst spot. Why? So I didn't get hit by Boom Boo. I just want the rings, man. I gotta use this now because I need an item. Please drop me in front of the set. Ah, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. I'll have to get this item. It's not the end of the world. Just have to get a different one. Come on, hurry up. No! Oh, I was trying to get it left faster. I couldn't move. That might have been an 8th. That was kind of a bad end.
That was so-so.
Yeah, I think with Blaze's reaction, that was probably like an 8th. 9th. The only dude that did good was our creeper. I think my favorite is when you're playing with one of the characters that don't have voice lines, and you get the announcer saying the different reactions when you get a placement, like, good, excellent. But my favorite is when you get a bad placement, and he just goes, ow! It's like, dude, wow, you're so expressive on that. Man, you really gotta make fun of me, don't you? Just the fact of how he screams, ow! It just hits you right in the gut. Like, thanks. I needed to be told today I sucked. That's how I started my day in the mirror, but you don't have to repeat it. So what is that? It's funny, we are doing one more tap boost because the next event starts in 1 minute. So we get one extra tap boost because we're early. That's fine. Let me see something here with the... I don't want to keep on doing this as we just saw from what could happen earlier. I'm just trying to read like some general guidelines because this newer option just kind of came out. I'm gonna try Eraser 2. It kind of felt it was too sharp before, but maybe, just maybe 2 is better. We'll see. Dude, like the yellow color that I got right now because of Timon on, it kind of looks gaudy on the board. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I wonder now with the Yakuza DLC here. I seen that there's a mod already for at least the earlier DLC characters in this game that don't have the voice packs. So there's already a mod for the Werehog to just add in all of his voice lines for Sonic Unleashed. So we do get the Jason Griffith lines in the game from mod scene, thankfully. So it doesn't feel as empty. Because like the clangs that the Werehog makes is cool enough, but he's really just missing that voice. And from what I've seen, apparently also the Sonic Prime characters also get a voice pack now at mods. They just kind of supplement the voices with the ones that are already in this game, which is what they should have done to begin with, in my opinion. Sega could just done that themselves. I just legit, I don't understand. I get at least with the Werehog why there's no voice for that character, because then they would have to pay out rights for using Jason Griffith's voice again, and then probably didn't want to do that. And then same for like the Japanese VA as well. Well, wait, is the Japanese VA for Sonic still the same one as Unleashed? I don't think it is. No, it's not. It's not. It's different person. Yeah, they have to pay that person too. They just don't want to pay the VAs to reuse lines. So I get that much. But Tails, Knuckles, and Amy from an Ultimate Dimension are just Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. So for a game, you could just reuse their lines. I don't think anyone's going to notice. It's fine. They could have just sprinkled different lines in here and there. and just used the characters' voices we already have in game. It would have been fine. The most confusing part about the Sonic Prime characters, I would say. I'm just gonna have to use this. That took me pretty far. Oh no. Of course. Whoa, wait. Oh no, it was my team. I thought that was someone else's Boom Boom for a second. And it gave me a heart attack. And then I saw him shoot yellow. Like, okay, we're fine. We're fine. Oh my god, my team is garbage. I carried so hard. I think I have a kink in my neck, and I didn't even think it mattered. Yep, that's definitely a kink for all that carrying, because that was worthless. We got 3rd place, even with all the taps. That's what I was saying from earlier. It's like a Mario Party minigame. And we still lose the minigame. Like, when you win, you still lose. I'm just so glad they upped the point threshold now, so it doesn't take nearly as long to get all the stuff unlocked. Like, just in the hour alone I've been playing, I'm already at 300 points. I don't even know where I was on the very first festival. I can check it. Let me load that up. Because I did stream the Miku Festival, so I can check the first hour of that VOD. Ooh, dude, I love how the first thing that popped up on the VOD channel, the literal first thing, that my mouse was hovered over because I clicked my channel name from here. As soon as I clicked that, mouse was hovered already on this. Where I did the Sonic Unleashed April Fool's stream with too many mods, and the looping GIF is just Donkey Kong doing a head bob. Yeah, that's about right. That is about right. Where's the Miku Festival? Where is the Miku Festival? Nowhere to be found. Okay, I'm just gonna go for the Miku Festival here. 1 hour. Where are we at now? 1:14, so I'll just say roughly here. After this race. Right here. We were at 270, 275. So, not as many points as I was expecting. But we are still ahead by a decent chunk. Almost by 50. And that's just from them adjusting some of the distributing. They could still adjust more. Oh, and this is a repeating one. I've done this land item attack one before. It's from a different festival. Yeah, what are you doing with the VTuber model? Oh, yeah, the PNG tuber, excuse me. Dude, I'm not that virtual yet. I don't know, maybe in the future I look into that. I just haven't had as much interest in the VTube one because it's literally just being in front of the camera, but just being a cartoon. I'm like, oh, no, just being in front of the camera. I'm already animating enough like a cartoon guy, because I swear. I got more comfortable being on camera over time, but now I definitely grew into it a lot more. That I'm just doing the same stuff that I would do like around the house on camera now. Like I just do like sometimes I'm just on my own. I look in the mirror. I could just, and I swear I might be a little crazy. Probably just a bit, but it translates well to humor. So that's why I like being on camera. But the PNG tuber I have been adjusting more. I think I pretty much got its final form now. After this race, I can turn it on, show people. Probably use it for like a race or two, maybe. I like how it turned out now. He has a full body. The animations are just right. It's not too distracting, but it's also not too basic. The most now I think I want to tweak to it is maybe just the amount he bobs when I'm starting to talk. Maybe I just up the amount it actually bobs. That's it. But besides that, I liked how it turned out so far. And he's got teeth. He upgraded. He found teeth. Grew them in just like Donkey Kong. And I've been using that, like, I've been doing like random stream here and there with this game at some of the festivals. I didn't feel like being on camera for some of them, so I'll just like chill with the VTuber, or PNG tuber, excuse me. Now, I got me saying it. So, it's been great for stuff like that. I mean, maybe I might even use it for the upcoming thing on Saturday. It'll just depend on how long I'll be on camera or not. Because I'm looking forward to doing the Kirby Air Riders thing, but that's going to be very chill. Because it's just going to be me getting to experience a game about 2 weeks before it comes out and just hanging out with people who are also going to want to play it, probably. It starts literally right when I would start streaming on a normal day, too, which is funny. That works out. So, yeah, like I said, I'll turn it on after this one for people who haven't seen some of those extra streams I've done here and there. Because I announce them like 30 minutes before I'm doing them. I don't expect people to be there for them. I'm just like, I feel like playing the game. I might as well stream for like an hour or two. And those are the 2 times I've shown off the PNG since. I almost had to whip it out the other night with the Donkey Kong stuff because I was getting a little fatigued being on camera. But I ended up still just dropping it out. Now the wording on that could have been better, but I'm trying not to die here in Sonic, so deal with the questionable phrasing. Hey, you get some funny clips. Just make sure you use them appropriately. I know someone's gonna call me out. If I don't do it, someone else will. All right, let me turn on the software because it's got a hook.
A poor showing on my part.
Oh, okay. I was getting behind the scenes thing. If you're watching this, you know who you are. I just read your text now. Yeah, lock that down. That seemed like a security flaw, but if you're good, you're good. God. Trust me, there's a whole story. It's not my story to tell, so that's why I'm not gonna really bring it up. But a friend of mine today just had a heart attack with their YouTube channel. So still kind of getting some behind the scenes information on what was going on with that. All right, where is... It's in webcam zoom, right? Yeah, I have it in here. Just gotta activate them. There we go. Cool. I should just be able to hit the button. It should be good, right? That's default now? By high camera? Hey! There he is. I can do... I want to do the full feed one, too, because this is what I've been doing for the Sonic stuff, but you gotta give me a minute on that because I do not have this set up on this version of OBS. That's on a completely different build, so it's not gonna work the same way. Also won't help when I don't have anything else to go on. Where is, like, I don't know why I don't see my game in that window, the black screen on top of it. Oh, I know why, because it's on the PC capture. That's me being stupid.
Let's go.
Alright, we're just gonna do this raw. I'm just gonna fix this thing on the fly. It is not gonna work like that. Ah, he's small! Oh, I know why. I gotta put the fix in everything else. I only have, again, in a completely different instance. Boop. There you go. And that is why I do this stuff ahead of time. This is how I've been doing those impromptu Sonic racing streams. Now, can the game start so I can move me into the right corner? Because I don't know where I go. Do I go like over here? Was it there? It's like somewhere around here. I think. I'm gonna put it there. Hope that's good enough. Figure it out as I go. It's gonna be so scuffed. Yep, you can tell I'm fixing things on the fly. I'm driving into the pit 3 times in a row. Don't worry, the last lap's the one that matters. That's it. Why double shield? What am I gonna do with 2 shields? That is the most redundant pick. Thanks. And I missed the items. And also the ring. How do you do both? Was that where I had the 2 guy? Mostly was, I think, actually. Because I remember when I did the Miku stream, I was like right in front of not only where the points go, but also where the boost gate was. So, I immediately fixed that the next time I tried out the model, which was on the Minecraft Festival. I have to think of it for a second. Give me a second, I'm just gonna scoot. I think I want 1070. Yeah, give me an item. I thought that was something else for a second. Nah, I think I'm moving back to 1060. It's a little too far over for my liking. Are you serious? In one moment I run out. Oh, this is a frenzy mode. Oh, come on, man. Stop that. Give me a heart attack today. That changed everything. So, let me get this straight. You do live in the country, not the state Missouri now? That had to change too? Because that is the ultimate security patch. Just completely move. And just go to a fictional world so no one can hack you. Ah, who am I kidding? They're hacking the virtual worlds too. You can never escape. By the way, if you guys follow like the socials at all, I posted on all the socials because this is a story that Matt and Amber have shared publicly, so that's why I felt to share it myself too. A recap for those who haven't heard the story. Amazon made a little bit of a screw up, which was a beneficial one for our friends in question. As they order one SD card, they get 10. They didn't need all 10. Which was a lot, because 1 terabytes was a pretty big mistake, but, you know, those are happy little mistakes, so. They offered to send me the 5 cards they're not going to use. That's why I have 5 1 terabytes just out of the blue now, which I do appreciate. It's already been overwhelming to figure out what I'm doing with all these, but it's great to have more storage. So, well, I got a bunch of SD cards I've been talking about this past week. Where's I going with this? Oh yeah, now I remember. I'm losing my train of thought because I was trying to fix the PNG tuber's placement. So, when they sent the package, I wanted to share it on socials because they shared the story. But I'm like, wait, problem is, a lot of addresses on this. There's a lot of opportunities to dox a lot of people. So let's not. And we'll just actually go with that joke that Matt keeps on bringing up in chat, where he actually lives in the Sonic Unleashed Missouri and not the like the state one. No, he lives in a whole country. And we'll just replace our address with that. I got some chuckles on those social posts with that one, which is kind of the goal, so I'm glad that worked out. Oh, fine. Just noticed my OBS menu broke because that PC game capture is still here. Well, thankfully, it's not even active, so it shouldn't really matter, but I just kind of find that funny. I see an extra thing in my mixer. It's hot here in November, it's not wrong. Yeah, the weather's been kind of weird. Really? Well, at least that doesn't count as, like, any problematic disconnect. It's fine. That's what I was saying. Yeah, weather's been kind of weird, I've noticed as of late, but in a good way, at least here. Like, we're supposed to be getting a cold front within, I think it's like next couple days. Like, next week should be maybe going down as low as like the 40s at night, like the 60s in the afternoon, somewhere around there, I think I heard. And that's like, thank God. After how many months of heat, I'll take the cool air. That's the show, by the way. There's no penalty for that little disconnection, because it wasn't my fault. But the game doesn't penalize you for that. Yeah, so it's nice to get some cool air. I actually still need to film some stuff outside, because I need to get some outside shots of using like the Switch 2 and now the Steam Deck for just a talking point about like how good the brightness can be on these systems and just have a real world example of it being used out there. I'm gonna do that one of the cool days. Because now I don't have to be out there in like 90-degree heat. Which, at this point, I don't want to make a promise because I literally... It's funny. I don't want to spoil what the next series is, but I'm just going to say... I am going to be releasing a new playthrough soon enough on the YouTube channel. But I don't know when. Because all I can say is it's sometime in November, because I'm waiting for something specific. And I don't have an ETA on it. So it should be released before the end of the month. That's all I can promise. But during this waiting time, I'm using this opportunity to just get the rest of the footage I need and just work on these stupid review videos that I've been promising for months on the Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Switch 2, and now Steam Deck. That's why they haven't come out. Because that's a lot of footage, man. I've had so many late nights just filming things or capturing gameplay stuff because of all the extras I need for 4 videos. Literally today was just spent doing frame rate comparisons between the Xbox stuff and the Switch stuff, which was a whole complicated mess because I had to record lossless video of 4 different game feeds, get a program to extract the data I need for charts, then put that data into a video so I can compress it down so I can actually save my hard drive space, because that's another reason why there hasn't been videos as of late. I'm running out of space. So yeah, that's a whole concoction. But I do have, I would say, roughly half of the series done. That's why I feel confident enough that I would say release by sometime in November. I am just, like, again, I'm literally waiting on like one thing for it. And I don't want to say that thing, because if I mention what it is, it will give away the series immediately. So I'm keeping it as vague as possible for extremely obvious reasons. Because it would just spell it out. But it is something that's highly anticipated, I will say. It's a game that people would ask me to cover for years. So it's something big. It's not something small like the past couple projects I've been doing this year. Since this year's mainly just kind of been more a transition year for me, just trying to figure out a better way of doing the work stuff and the gaming stuff without feeling burnt out. And then also the review stuff took a lot of the time that it usually uses for playthroughs. So there's some of your behind the scenes. I want to get something out. I hate how the channel's kind of been on like a little bit of a dry spell, which is why I brought back the challenges. The past 2 months have been pretty good on just keeping things going because of the challenge videos alone. Always anticipate them. Always. But yeah, I do want to get a full series out soon because I'm just wanting to do that myself too. I want to get back to it. I like making those kind of videos. I like making full playthrough videos where we can show off a whole game. People usually like those kind of walkthroughs anyways. Like, I get a lot of people come back and say, hey, this said game walkthrough was really helpful. You had to do that while I was in the grass, really? Oh, man. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I get a lot of compliments on a lot of series as of late that people enjoy, whether it be recent stuff or even the older stuff. And I appreciate it for that reason, because that's the whole reason why I still make the videos, because people watch them. And the reception is always very positive and stuff. Well, that's why I keep on doing it. Man, that could have came a little early. There was a second blob. Alright, fine. Just throw the fists. Down at me. Do I even have time? Kind of. I got maybe 1 second out of that monster truck, so it got some use, I guess. But, yeah, no, just to wrap up the point I was making, I apologize this year. Kind of felt a little drier for some, like, Let's Play stuff on the YouTube channel. But again, we've had a couple different series this year. We had... Is that actually 4? No, 3. 4 will happen soon. That's why I'm getting that number. We had that Mega Man X stuff in the beginning of the year with the Maverick Hunter content. We had Metroid Zero Mission, and then Mario Kart 64. I just forget how they were so close together. What is that horn? That's so generic. It just says horn. That tells me nothing. I don't know kanji, so I don't know what horn it means. Let's give it a listen. Is it better than dolphin? Oh, it's just the symbol. And you have like a little whoosh sound with it. Yeah, I prefer the dolphin. Dolphin or the Minecraft horn. One of the two. But I'll just keep dolphin for this build. When I want to go to Minecraft World. I haven't gotten there yet. Oh, yet the Minecraft Festival, we went there every 5 minutes. That's not an exaggeration. That was actually timed. It felt like every other race, it was Minecraft World. It makes sense. It was always there in the rotation. It was a new level. That's gonna happen when they do SpongeBob stuff. That character comes out a day later, festival for the weekend. That's gonna just be nothing but people picking the SpongeBob level for the DLC. It's gonna happen. Gonna now. Yeah, that's how it goes. You get crossover. Just new DLC in general. Because people are always going to pick the new thing because they want to see that new content. Whether it be free or paid content, they're always going to pick the new content just for that reason. And I get it. That's fine. You get tired of it during an event, but that's also kind of expected. Thankfully, this is a 4-day-long event, so you don't have to burn yourself out by playing the whole thing in just one stretch if you didn't want to. And you're really just doing this for the unlock rewards. There is a leaderboard to this, but it's just like with the online leaderboard, just for the standard worldwide ranking. So, you're just doing it for the bragging rights. You don't really get anything for actually climbing the leaderboard in this. You do in the worldwides when you're actually getting the different ranks, but you can't do worldwide races during this event. I mean, the festivals have the same problem in Sonic Racing that the Splatfests have in Splatoon, where you can't play any of the actual competitive modes. And in this case, yeah, you can't play the worldwide matches. And if you're feeling done with the festivals, you're gonna have to wait until Monday. That's kind of annoying at that point. Well, it's late Sunday night. So for most people, it might be Monday. They just stop playing. So that's annoying. And that's the biggest criticism I think this event's really had, because they've been tweaking a lot of the rewards since that's been another major complaint, but the actual rewards we've been getting now, we've been getting faster, and the tickets are much better on the payouts, because dear God, this game is a very grindy mess. Think Sonic Rumble, but without using your credit card. So, people want to be able to unlock tickets faster, and the festivals are now a good way of grinding tickets. It's considered the second fastest way. The fastest is still something in like the single player. It's not Grand Prix. It's just like racing against like the hardest CPU with like that AI stuff. Because you get a lot of tickets apparently from beating them. It's gonna be a wait, isn't it? Oh, no, Dark Open Fountain. You know what? I'll take that. And ironically, that's no better than what I actually had. Okay. That didn't do anything. Threw that in the worst spot. And I got the single. I thought I got the double. Oh, man. It's a shield! Are you serious? As soon as I get hit, now I get the shield? That is so worthless. I needed a power item, not a power defense. It's so bad. I feel we get Mario Kart in the wrong game. That's exactly what happened. I don't think we won this, Chief. Something tells me 9 through 12 is how you lose. We didn't even get the points for the attacks either. It's just... You get the participation award at most. That is the lowest I've ever seen in one of these events. Wow. We should all feel ashamed. I mean, I don't feel ashamed. I got Mario Kart at the finish line. That's not my fault. Do we get one more game of shootout before the hour changes and then we go back to tap boost? I think that's what's gonna happen. I think I want to just play out the tap boost and then I'll probably call it. So you get like an extra half an hour. Because honestly, of the three, tap boost is the worst probably of the three modes, but it's the only one I can use my proper license on, which means I can actually play how I would normally play, and that kind of helps for getting the higher placements. Kronos Island. That shortcut's broken.
Hello.
Yes!
Greetings. Farewell.
Yeah, I gotta try, speaking of Kronos Island, I gotta try Sonic Frontiers on the Steam Deck and just see how it works. I hear that's probably the worst Sonic game to get running on this device because it is kind of demanding, but even then, still plays pretty good. Plays better than the Switch port. I think at this point, a smart fridge could probably play it better than a Switch port, so that's not really saying much. I think you can get an average, like, at most, maybe 45 frames if you set it at like low settings at base res, which that's fine. I would probably just cap the frame rate at 30 at that point, because I don't really like the inconsistent frames to me. It just gives me a little motion sickness in some cases. I remember playing Sonic Unleashed on PlayStation 3 back in the day. Man, some of those levels did that. They just jumped all over the place from 40s to 20s, and yeah, it's a little much. Oh, speaking of that game, by the way, remember those frame rate tests I told you about earlier I was working on today? Trying to get some graphs and things. So, for a comparison, for performance stuff, I'm mainly just talking about the Xbox 360 games that get a boost on Xbox Series in this context. So, the best game to show that get the FPS boost is none other than Sonic Unleashed, because that's the game that runs like a PowerPoint on 360. I can actually tell you how low that game actually gets in Jungle Joy right now. I have the actual numbers to back this up. Teens. I seen it go as low as like 19 FPS on average in some areas. It's pretty bad. And in really congested areas where there's a lot going on, the game is loading more chunks ahead, and you got all the water particles, it can go as low as I saw at 1.9. That's the absolute low. Holy crap, I didn't know that was an extension. That was a big extension. So yeah, that game rough in some areas on original hardware. God, I just wanted one good run so I can actually get the proper measurement. It took like half an hour because oh man, I'm not used to playing with lag like that again. I'm spoiled by playing the 60 frame versions between just Xbox Series and now the PC ports. Like, just never go back to actual Xbox 360 one. No, that's rough. I mean, it could be worse. It could be the PlayStation one. That's even worse. Oh my god, can I stop getting wrecked? And I wanted the double, didn't even get an item. That's bad. I need something. This is a really bad spot to have no items. I have to break on purpose to stall them taking the box in front of me. I'm gonna have to use this now because I really need that monster truck. Because yeah, I get more wisps. Go, 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 go. All right, I kind of got in the middle of the pack, so I think our team as a whole probably got like 5th, 6th, and 7th. So it's not looking great. Oh, yeah, that was exact. We got 3rd, though. Maybe? Maybe that's enough to balance it out. It depends on the attack boost. I got like 1, so I'm not going to help. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Needed way more than 1, but I couldn't hit anybody in that race. I mean, that's fine. Second place, still a good amount of points, 33. It's just nice now, in like 2 hours, you can get to 500. It's like 515 exactly. I still have that VOD up. So I'm going to look 2 hours on the Miku Festival. This was the very first one, so this is a really good comparison. Because that first festival was rough on the point distribution by comparison to this. It was a drip feed. If you weren't constantly winning, you were not getting points. Thankfully, I was constantly getting high placements because I got like a 480 point amount by this time. So we're kind of under like about 50. So it seems to be the average, about 50 points. 50 extra points in just the same amount of time is really good. I feel like they're still going to probably tweak some of the balancing on point distribution for this, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see... Honestly, I think what would make most sense, because 36, 33, and 30 kind of feels like a weird separation of the points. I think what they should do is first place gets 40 points. Second place gets 35. And then you can keep third place at 30. That gives you more incentive to get the other placements. Because as it stands now, it's not that different to get first, second, or third. 5-point differences, I think, is better than 3. Hopefully they'll do that in the future. Who knows? I got plenty of these to go. I mean, Sega's even talking about maybe a 3-year-long support cycle for this, which is insane if they actually commit to that. I don't know why they're thinking 3 years all of a sudden, because that's a very long time to support a game like this. And that's like up with DLC too, so... The game has done that well, that they're already thinking about extending their plans for a little bit longer than they originally anticipated for content. So that works for the players. All I know is we might get a wave 2 of this DLC before we get Grand Theft Auto 6. Unfortunately. I know a lot of people are upset with that news today. I'm not surprised that we got another GTA 6 delay. I'm legit not, because that game has been constantly delayed. And having another one is just par for the course at this point. It's still coming out in 2026, just not in May anymore. Now it's November. So it's pushed by 6 months. It's like, alright, you know what? It's still in the same year, so it's a little rough, but it's not the end of the world. If it was pushed another year, that would be pretty terrible, but it's not. I don't really care myself too much. I'll probably end up playing GTA 6 like down the road. I don't have any immediate plans when it actually comes out because I'm that kind of player that just kind of dabbles in that kind of a game. So I'm not really biting at the teeth for it right now. I know a lot of other people are though, but that's just not really my cup of tea as much. I beat GTA 5, but I was playing it when it came out, so I had like circle people like kind of talk with on that one, and that's like right when Let's Plays were kind of their like peak, I would feel. So I was watching gameplay of it too. But I don't really have that same interest in the franchise as I did back then. I had a feeling that would happen. That's why I held on the Ulma Shell. I can get that double, and it respawned after I moved. Okay. I don't want this item box, because that should just be fists, and I don't want the green fists. I don't know if I can get the double now. Everyone's gonna try it, but I got it. Okay. Not great. Oh, come on, no! Well, GG's. I was gonna use that Wisp for the shortcut, but now that's out the window. I can still kind of push ahead, just not by much. I'm just securing the placement I had. I think 10th, maybe 11th. Yeah, it's 11th. Okay, yeah, GG's. GTA is not your cup of tea. I mean, I don't blame you. It's not for everyone for that reason. I've seen a lot of people try the game because of the hype and then just kind of feel it was a little overhyped to them. Like, they found it fine, but nothing too special. And that's fair, because it's not going to be for everyone. I think also the problem I have, which is why I'm not nearly as excited as the rest of the internet feels, I'm just kind of open world out at this stage. We have way too many open world games to count at this point, and it's getting very fatiguing, so that's yet another one of those, and I'm kind of good at this point. Legit, the only open world I kind of have interest to kind of just sit down and play right now is Tears of the Kingdom, because I like Breath of the Wild. That's been on the list for a bit, especially with the Switch 2 version just fixing up a lot of the performance issues people have with it. It's like, all right, I'll try it now, because I haven't gotten to beat it yet. So that's really the only one I have on my horizon, and it's a game I've technically played before, just with new story and new levels and such. But like for brand new like open world experiences, like I don't really have much of the interest on that one because I'm just kind of burnt out. There's been way too many in the past 10 years. So I'm just kind of needing like a couple years away from that formula, and I really hope a lot of AAA games kind of calm down on that formula too, because it's getting stale. So with that said, I can't wait for the next poker-based game. You know how Belantro is this roguelike poker game where every time you play it's a different experience. I can't wait for the poker open world game next. Why not, right? Please don't. Don't actually. You never know. I've seen a lot of things that shouldn't be open world become an open world, so it's possible for the thing you don't expect to be open world to get that treatment. That's just kind of where we're at in the industry. Kind of stupid. Yeah, the thing is with Pokemon games when they try the open world stuff is, yeah, like they're open, but they're not super open. So they don't really feel that overwhelming, but they still have enough for you to do that you can get lost in the world pretty easily and get sidetracked. I think it's like that healthy balance because you have more of a set goal in mind when you explore. Instead of just you're wandering just aimlessly for no reason and you found this one item out of 1,000 to collect, and the reason you do it is because you get a ding shiny trophy. That's it. That's like most open world games, and that's where we're all kind of tired of that formula now because it's been overdone. And I don't have 100 hours to burn on every new adventure game at this point. Like, can we not? Do I use this now or just hold on to the items? I should probably just hold these because I have some really good stuff. And that's why you hold the items. I had a feeling I was gonna get hit. Yo, another good one? I can just hold things for days. Tap again. Come here. Come here. Alright, that's good enough. Just tap each other. Keep on tapping. If I can hold this for the final U-turn, then I can pop the monster truck for an... Oh, okay, use it now. Never mind. I couldn't even finish that thought without being attacked. I could have used this on the final turn and then used the monster truck for safety. Now I gotta use the monster truck here. And I didn't get an item. Great. That's why I'm holding this for a little bit longer, so I can at least take the off-road cut, because that's more important now. At least get second, that's fine.
A grand display, everyone.
I need to start playing Legends ZA soon. I want to just at least sit down for this one, because I didn't really play much of Arceus, so I want to give ZA that proper shot, because it's like I kind of want to use my Switch too for more than just Donkey Kong, especially now that I beat the main game. So yeah, I kind of want to actually use my system. It's only really been used for the most part now, minus Donkey, for the stream stuff. And it's like, man, I love being able to have like the higher quality for the video and stream stuff, but I kind of want to play more than just Switch 1 games on it. So with that said, Switch 1 enhanced game. But also, I was kind of looking forward to it, so it's just like, it's gonna be my next kind of like comfy game in bed at this point. I can probably just play it like an hour or two before going to sleep. It's a good relaxing kind of game. Also, I heard that this is so stupid. This is the kind of era we're in now, I guess, for shiny hunting. But I heard apparently shiny hunting is, I guess, the easiest it's ever been for Legends ZA. Because now we're just making scripts to shiny hunt. People are buying third-party controllers that support macro scripts and just running a script to get shinies. And apparently it just works. Like, alright, I guess now we're just down to a literal science now. It's not even just like have a plan. No, it's literally just set up a program.
Hey guys.
I find that hilarious at that point, because now you could just make a shiny machine, and that machine is your Switch 2 and whatever controller you bought for the macro. That's your shiny hunting machine now. I need to see a video on how it's done, just to see what exactly people are doing, but I've heard people are like buying like the 8-bit Do controllers that have like the custom map scripts that you can program for buttons, and just making scripts for the shiny hunt. I just noticed, how is that guy's name not getting hit with a sensor? How? The guy's literally swearing. Look at the vector. There it is. Oh, that was big. Excuse me, it's the big. The guy just has the F-bomb right in his name. How? You type that in literally any of the versions of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, and that's gonna get hit with a sensor. How the heck did that guy get around it? It's definitely something about how that font specifically was portrayed, because it's like italicized or something. I don't know how it got past the sensor. What is this stuff? Track the guy down. track him down and ask. If only he knew about the rule. This unmade up rule that really only affects like one person because he put it on himself. And like, I guess I can't complain because I benefit. It especially helps now in this time of the year too. I guess we have, you know, that kind of sub bomb, I guess, happen. Couldn't have been during September, though, huh? You know, when there's... Well, I would say during an actual discount, but let's be real. There were no discounts during September for gift subs. You got one free one, or maybe a bunch of free ones if you gave Twitch a lot of money. You just have to hope for a money glitch. That's really what it was. And from what I've understand, the Valorant thing really was benefiting mainly just big channels that were getting at least, like, a crap ton of gift subs all at once. Small channels didn't really see any benefit from the Valorant deal, sadly, which is kind of par for the course. It was just satisfying people got the raw Riot games because no one likes Riot games. So that worked out. Well then, I guess everyone drafted because those two came out of nowhere. I think I got third because of those two getting in front. And sure enough, of course it was the pig! Of course! I still want to know how that got past sensors. I guess it's, you know, late hour here, so I'll just say, how do you just type fucking bear and get that past? Lucky every single game rotates out the player, so I don't have to see it again. That is true. That was the reason why Matt at least put that little self-imposed swearing rule on himself, and for the most part it did work. I just kind of got used to the like don't swear thing myself, and even then, I honestly I kind of swore more when I was like a teenager, getting out like high school, because you were just surrounded by so much of that language. It just kind of started to seep into the natural vocabulary, which was a little much. I look back at some of my older stuff that I've recorded at the time when I was using that language, like, yeah, that kind of cringe. Just says it because I legit remember I did that in a gag in one video because I was gonna censor it, but I couldn't because the editing software I was using at the time was terrible. So I just had this random swear bomb in the middle of the video that just was super stupid. It's like, I don't do that anymore. I don't like doing that because it just makes it kind of sound uneducated in some ways and just ignorant and a little rude. So I've trained myself to just kind of stop. Unless I'll mainly swear if I'm really mad. So if you hear me swear, you know I'm not in a good mood. I think that's a good indicator. And that's why it's kind of rare to hear that. Also, since I've been doing the YouTube stuff for so long, it's specifically YouTube, but Twitch has kind of started to become a little more aggressive with like the ads they show on channels based on like what they show and some of the language they use. So I guess it kind of bled over the Twitch. But in general, you kept on getting hit hard if you just started videos like the first minute or so if you swore. It's like, if that's just gonna happen, then I just won't swear at all unless I have to. Because then what's the point? It's just unnecessary, and plus it keeps things open to be PG. So you get a wider audience. So I just trained myself for it, and it wasn't that hard. I don't think I ever swore in video or text-wise. Yeah, like, unless you have a reason. A lot of people don't really seem to do that, and then others do because it's just part of the natural vocabulary. I've seen, like, both sides from a lot of people. I don't really care either way if people do that or not. If I have people in my stuff, though, then that's when I either, if I have to for a video, I'll censor if it's too much, because I don't want the video to get flagged for limited ads. But thankfully, that's never happened. But I also just do that again because I just try to keep that image for the channel so it's still family friendly. Because I've had actual families tell me, like, they had their kid watch my stuff or something, so it's like, yeah, okay, so maybe I don't want to start swearing there. Now little Timmy's watching. Although it's gonna be weird that one day, if I cover, I might one day cover the original Metroid. Just if I ever, because I want to try the quad randomizer that has original Metroid, original Zelda 1, Link to the Past, and Super Metroid all like fused into one. But if I do that, I need to beat the original Metroid first so I know what the game actually is like, so I know where to go. And at that point, I might make some videos off of that for the main YouTube channel. And oh my god, it is gonna be funny if I do that one day, because I'm gonna want to talk about a very specific code. I'm gonna wait until near the end of the video to talk about it, because it has a swear word in it, just activate the password. So people can go watch the, I think it was the Metroid Zero mission stream I did last year. It's on the VOD channel. It was just the the Metroid Zero mission, excuse me, like the casual playthrough I did. I showed a little bit of the original Metroid at the end. So if you want to see this code and demonstration, I do show that off in that set stream VOD. But there is a code for the original Metroid, and this was labbed out because the code specifically points at a time period that physically a human will not be playing that game for anymore, because it's just physically impossible. But it's like what, like 300 years in the future? Like you're playing the game for 300 years. Mother Brain is no longer on Zebes. She just left, I guess. And you're there for so long, you get the bad ending. In order for all of that to work, no joke, you need to type in the password, Mother Brain, fucking toast. That is a legit password that works in every version of the original Metroid. It sends you to that weird state in the game where you're playing for hundreds of years, and Mother Brain just decides it up and leaves. So you get the bad ending guaranteed. It is a hard way of beating the game because it just drops you in the Torian with like no health. But if you make your way through the entire area and get where Mother Brain is, then you get the bad ending at that point, because you just do the escape sequence, no timer, and you're done. It's pretty easy. It's just getting there, that's kind of rough. But the code to get to it is hilarious, and I don't know if that was done intentionally or it was a happy accident, because people found the code by data mining it. They weren't just typing things in random. They found the code because of scripts. So that was weird. I need to see if that's like the full timeline. I can't remember. Because I heard like there was a video that breaks that down. Like how long actually it is, like in real time.
Roger.
Yeah, it's 200... Wait, what was that again? Let me get that back. It's 2.5 million hours logged into the original Metroid, which is over 300 years of playing the game. No human can ever do that. No one can live past 100, let alone the 300. So, people had to have found the code, obviously, by looking into the original Metroid source code and breaking things down with password generators and such. And it eventually was found that that specific code, the Mother Brain Toast code, just happens to put you at this extremely weird state of the game. But why do I have a feeling they wanted to get that specific phrasing of the code just to make the laugh? I don't know, because it seems too specific to me. So that's why I think at least some of the code was intentionally created to get to that point. Because we all know about the other code too, engage Ridley motherfucker. That's another code. Man, I really have to swear up a storm to talk about the original Metroid, but here we are. But the engage Ridley code was also known to also do like some weird things to the game too, and that was a code people knew from the 80s or 90s, I think. I can't remember when the code was first discovered. But that code was known about for years. And that is a very flaky code, though, because it works on some versions of the game, other versions not so much. I think it mainly is supposed to just work on original hardware. Anything else, it crashes. Yeah, you have to pretty much be immortal for the to get the bad ending of over 300 years. It is insane. I don't think you actually need to play that long to legitimately get the bad ending, but you are playing for an extremely long time that you're never going to see the bad ending, which is just Mother Brain leaving and the same as crying. So it's something really that people are only finding out recently because of the Mother Brain Toast code, which is a weird way of discovering it. I had a feeling I'd be slime. I don't know why. I've been doing kind of horrible in this section because I kind of like half paying attention because one, I'm exhausted. I should have started the stream by saying, I'm running on no sleep. I've been awake since Wednesday afternoon. Well, not even afternoon. It was like 11 in the morning or something like that. I got up. So that's over 24 hours. After this, I am just like crashing. I'll see you Saturday. That's when I'm awaking from the coffin. I legit just could not sleep last night because I had too much on my mind. Just dealing with a lot of other things behind the scenes. Got some other stuff to think about. I guess subconsciously think about because I hate when I do that. This is probably going to be the last game. That's what I'm trying to make this one count now. Come on. I want to hold this because if I can use monster at the end and then I can use laser to shoot forward, that should be enough. So use it now. Me and homies running up in our monster trucks. Go. That's the second. I'll take. What? Are you kidding me? Why? We are literally crossing the finish line. Who DC'd at the actual finish line this time? Oh my god. Come on. Come on. I got second, too. I'm so bitter. Oh, man. Doesn't count, though. I don't have to worry about my fair points. Fine. You get one more. Because that didn't count, and I wanted my next reward. God, that is so dumb, man. Who rage quit at the finish line? Come on. Don't do that. Come on. Like I said, I want to go to sleep, man. I can't do that if you're rage quitting. Oh, man. I'm legit shocked I have this much energy for being up for 36 hours. That's not the norm. I haven't been up like this in like over 10 years. The last time I was in college. So that's saying a lot. Remember the Grand Theft Auto 5 thing from earlier? Yeah, that's the last time I was up like this because I was actually up in the wee hours in the morning. And I beat the game at like 6 a.m. Sun was rising by the time I beat the game because it was like winter. So it was already when the clocks were back. So that was the last time. It's been that long then. That came out in 2013. So yeah, it's been 12 years. I can't do this long of consciousness anymore. I really can't. I'm shocked I'm doing it now. I think some of it was adrenaline just because of some of the stuff I was having to deal with today. Like, helping a friend kind of figure out what the heck happened with their YouTube channel. That definitely woke me up mid-afternoon. Guys, really? Can you stop pulling the plug? I just want that one game so I can get my next reward. Please, just let me have it. Just one last reward. Come on, just one more. I sound like an addict waiting for his next thing of crack, and this crack is Dotapon tickets. I need those tickets. How else do I get those AI skins? I need the tickets. Sonic pulling the plug is all his YouTube does for a YouTube channel. I hate how that's not wrong. I should say, by the way, that's not me, I'm wired. Even if it wasn't wired, the Steam Deck is literally right next to the router, because it's on the table that the router's on. So that would be the best signal possible, because it's only like a foot away. And that's because the HDMI cord routing in from the dock to the capture card is like a foot. It's one I normally just use for like a splitter breakout, but I just like, I can just use it for the dock for just simple capture card stuff for now. Because for now, like, I just have my Steam Deck dock just kind of sitting next to my computer tower. It's not its permanent home, because as of right now, it's just been going back and forth with capture cards, so I just keep it close to them. I'll probably end up putting the dock next to my TV. I just don't wear it because I don't want to put it in the front. It blocks the TV, and I hate that. But I don't have any room, like, below it, so I might just, like, maybe make a makeshift table to put it on or something. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. I just like that I could buy a dock for my Steam Deck from whoever, and also use a power cord from whoever, as long as it provides enough power and also meets USB-C data transfer speed. Then you can get whatever you want, instead of a dock that costs you $130 because screw you. Oh man, that's so annoying with Nintendo stuff. Like, I prefer to use the official ones from Nintendo, and that's just because I don't want a third-party one either bricking my system because Nintendo made their stuff out of spec, or in the case of Switch 2, it just literally doesn't work. There's some special chip that the Switch 2 dock and the system itself talk with, and that chip is the reason why you can't use the Switch 2 on any other dock, which is so stupid. Because it's just DisplayPort Alt. That's what the Steam Deck is using right now. I can use the Switch 2 on this dock that I have right now, if it didn't have that weird lockout. That weird lockout prevents me from using it on this dock. By the way, this dock was like $30. Very good dock, by the way. The HDMI is HDMI 2.1, so that's future-proofed, 4K 120. In case I get a system that ever needs that much bandwidth, because it can be used for more than just, Steam Deck. It's also like a good dock for my computer too. Like for my desktop or even my laptop. It's actually probably going to be used for a laptop or a USB hub. But besides the point, it can be used for that. It's just a USB-C standard protocol without some weird nonsense. Because I just like, man, I want to get a second Switch 2 dock, because I do move the system around quite a lot, and it'd be good to have like a second one out in like the living room to play on like the TV out there, or to have for when I'm like out and about or something and I need it for maybe like take it to a friend's house or wanting to use it on like a portable capture setup or something. But it's like, nah man, you can't get them in the stores anymore. Nintendo put it into My Nintendo Only Hill, which I hate that. And the thing itself is more expensive than the original Switch dock, which then also became more expensive over time because I hate 2025. So it's just like, I'm not getting a second dock unless I see those things get reduced in price, and I don't think that's going to happen because Nintendo. So it basically comes down to when I absolutely need a second dock, I'll get one. Which is probably going to come down to if I get a second Switch 2 in the future with like a revision or something. That's probably how it's actually going to happen. At least the power cord's modular. So I could just take the power brick, disconnect it from the USB cable, and then grab another one. Then use the power brick. So it makes the current dock a little more portable. That's the only saving grace I have for all my capture stuff right now. I've been moving that dock around quite a lot as of late. How much does Steam Deck dock cost? The official one from Valve is $80, I believe. So it's not cheap, but at the same time, still not as much as the one from Nintendo with the Switch 2. Even the Switch 1 dock's more expensive. But also, let me just try to do this real quick. Go, go, go. That puts me in first. Boom Boo's attacking them. I got a first from that. Nobody pull your plugs. No, 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 no. Okay, I still got first, barely. Nobody pull your plugs. I swear, I will come over to your house and strangle you with your plugs. Don't do it. I will do it. Okay, we're good. We're fine. We're not gonna get pulled now. The Steam Deck dock might be a little expensive, but one, you don't need it. Because any third-party docks work. So, that's I got this one from Ugreen. It has more stuff to it that the Steam Deck dock doesn't have. Oh, wow, we got a tie for first. Oh, cool. That means I get first. Doesn't matter. The big thing you want to get the Steam Deck dock for is if you use multiple monitors, because it has a DisplayPort output and an HDMI output. So you can use 2 displays out of the Steam Deck. And then you can use the internal one, making 3 monitors total. Pretty much every third-party one I've seen just has an HDMI out only. So you only get the one display. But if you're just hooking up to a TV, you don't really care. That's why I just got the one I have here from Ugreen. And that was $30. It's a very good quality dock for the price. The only complaint I had on it was something I wasn't expecting. I wanted to get one that had a detachable cord in case the USB cord going to the system eventually dies, so I can just still use it. I can just buy another one. Problem is, my first one came used when I bought it new, so the cord didn't work. That was fun. That was just an Amazon screw-up. That had nothing to do with Ugreen. It was just kind of annoying. Just make sure you get the right one. Just get one with an attached cord if you don't want to deal with a mess. I think there's one from Anchor that's $20. And it does basically the same stuff, and I think it just has like one less port. That's all. That's what I like. You can just use whatever on this stupid system. It's just so nice. Because, man, I just don't like the pricing on those Switch docks. I'm just going to get one when absolutely necessary, because those prices kind of steer me away from it. That's sad. But it's just, it is what it is. If Nintendo one day uses standards, maybe we'll deal with it. But I don't know. That's a story for another time, because that's going to do it for tonight's stream of Sonic stuff. That Rumble was interesting from earlier, but this was a fun one. Got most of the festival completed. Now I need about 300 points left, so I can easily knock this out in another hour. So I'll probably end up just doing this probably tomorrow on my free time, because we'll be back here on Saturday for the Kirby Air Riders Global Test Drive, I believe it's called, because the first one happens at a very weird hour. So we'll be here at the second one. I'm looking up the times right now just to confirm it, because I have to convert the time periods because it's listed on their site at like completely different time. I think it's like UTC times. So I'm just looking at different sites. Yeah, the first one happens on the 8th. So that's Saturday at 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern. So we're not doing that one. We'll be back on Saturday for the second time slot at 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. ET. That's a better one. I'll play the 7 to 1 a.m. time slot one, because that could be like a good 2 to 4 hour romp. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. That's like 6 hours. Dear God, no. But that's a good time slot. We'll be back for that one on Saturday. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. I might do that again next week. We'll see how it goes this week alone. But that's the plan, at least for now. That's why we're doing a Saturday stream. We'll be playing the Kirby Air Riders demo. I don't know what to expect from it, because I haven't been watching any of the directs. And apparently there was a 7-minute overview trailer that just came out. So I swear, there have been almost 3 feature-length Kirby Air Rider movies before the game comes out. At this point, it's not dodging minefields anymore. This is like dodging a machine gun being pointed at you. There's so many bullets. So I'll be excited to play the game and see all the content from myself, since I've been really doing my best to not be spoiled to what's in the game. So I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully you guys are as well. But with that said, that's going to do it, though, for tonight. Now, excuse me. I'm going to go crash hard. Get actual rest tonight. That'd be a miracle. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you back on Saturday for that Kirby demo. Take care and have a good night, everybody.